Let me ask you something. What if a country could just print more money whenever it wanted? Sounds amazing, right? More cash, fewer problems. At least, that's what it looks like at first. At first, it seems harmless. More cash for everyone, more spending, more freedom. It looks like magic. But then, prices rise. Eggs, bread, coffee, suddenly, your extra cash doesn't feel so extra anymore. Inflation hits fast. Savings shrink. Even money in hand starts to feel invisible. Money only has value because people believe it does. Print too much, and that belief fades. But here's the strange part. If everyone suddenly has more money, that money starts losing its power. It's like everyone winning the same prize. Suddenly, it doesn't feel very special anymore. This is inflation. Let's say yesterday, your favorite burger cost $5. Today, it's 10. Next week, it's 20. The burger didn't change, the money did. It's simply losing its power. Something similar happened in Venezuela not long ago. Prices were rising so fast that people rushed to spend their money immediately, because waiting even a few days could make everything more expensive. In Argentina, inflation has been so high at times that many people prefer saving in US dollars instead of their own currency, just to protect the value of their money. What would happen if tomorrow, people suddenly stopped trusting money? Not slowly, not over years, just like that. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. Money is actually fragile. It only works because we all believe it works. The moment that belief cracks, things can change very fast. And when that trust starts weakening, the entire financial system begins reacting. Interest rates move. Stock markets swing wildly. And savings, the money people worked years to build, can start losing value faster than anyone expected. But here's where things get interesting. Not everyone gets hit the same way. People who own real things, land, gold, businesses, often survive these moments much better. Why? Because real assets still exist in the real world. A piece of land is still land. A business still produces something. Gold is still gold, even if the money around them starts melting. Now here's another twist most people don't think about. Printing money doesn't just affect prices. It affects how people think. The moment people expect prices to rise, behavior changes. Businesses raise prices earlier. Workers demand higher wages. Investors rush to move their money somewhere safer. And suddenly a powerful cycle begins. Prices rise. Wages chase those prices. Then prices rise again. And the entire economy starts spinning faster and faster. Now add cheap money into that situation. When money is easy to borrow and easy to find, people start investing everywhere. Stocks, real estate, new startups, crypto, new projects, sometimes without even thinking too carefully. At first, it feels incredible. Prices go up. Everyone feels richer. Confidence grows. It almost feels like being inside a theme park where every ride is free. But here's the problem. Free rides don't last forever. Eventually, reality shows up. Bubbles burst. Prices fall. And the people who chase the hype the hardest often get hurt the most. So that raises a big question. What can people actually do when money starts losing value? The answer most experienced investors follow is surprisingly simple. They spread their risk. They don't put everything in one place. Some hold stocks. Some own property. Some hold commodities like gold. The idea is simple. If one thing struggles, the others can still survive. Another important piece of the puzzle is timing. Inflation almost never explodes overnight. It moves slowly at first, like a wave forming far out in the ocean. And the people paying attention early often have time to adjust before the wave finally hits the shore. Now, let's talk about governments and central banks, because their job is actually very difficult. They're constantly trying to balance two things: economic growth and stable prices. Too little money in the system, and the economy slows down. Businesses struggle. Jobs disappear. But too much money, that's when inflation starts running wild. It's basically like walking on a tightrope. Lean too far in either direction, and the system loses balance. And this is why printing money is not just an economic decision. It's also psychological. In the short term, printing money can actually make things look great. Spending increases. Markets rise. Confidence grows. People feel optimistic. But behind the scenes, pressure slowly builds. Quietly. Almost invisibly. And when that pressure finally releases, the effects can be powerful. Higher prices, weaker savings, and markets that feel unstable. This is exactly why understanding money matters so much. Because once you understand how the system works, you stop chasing easy money, and you start making smarter decisions. Printing too much money might feel harmless at first, but history keeps teaching us the same lesson again, and again, and again. When money loses its value, everything else starts to change, and the people who understand that early are usually the ones still standing. Whoa! Printing too much money can really shake an entire economy. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment below. What would you do if your money suddenly lost its value? Stick around, because we've got more mind-blowing money facts coming your way. See you in the next video.